Welcome to the Tech Journeys podcast. I'm your host, Vincent, and on this podcast, I interview people in tech. As always, this show is sponsored by the Tech Consulting Launch Method, where I help experienced tech professionals build their own consulting business without spending years figuring out the business side. We've helped clients go from first idea to first client in 90 days and in 6 figures within a year. To learn more, connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. On today's show, we have Shivam Saxena. Yeah, and Shivam is a senior AI product manager working at Elsevier, and he's in particular working in the identity and tech space. So, Shivam, welcome to have you on the show. And I want to ask you a question that I always love to start with. And this is, looking back at your career, what is the decision or project that you're most proud of? And what made it stand out for you?
Okay, first of all, Vincent, hello, Vincent. Thank you for having me here on this show. And regarding my career, life choices, and what is my most important product that I was part of. So I when I started my career, I was freshly out of college, and I had nothing. BTech engineer, freshly out of college. It's just a you had to hit hard that you just need to get into a job. That's a kind of mindset in India, and I think outside India as well, that you need to have a job. And when I was starting my journey, I was having a bit of trouble because of I was not having a good percentage, because I was an average student throughout my uh, journey in the engineering. So I was very hardly disappointed around that how I couldn't land up a job after the college. But the thing is, I prepared myself around the work, around the things that I wanted to do. And it's all takes your mindset, right? So I prepared myself as a kind of a person who used to work on various problems, including whatever the problems that are there from various resources like hackathons, from different challenges. So I landed up jobs, I landed up internships first, and then into jobs straight away. And after working for certain number of years in this as a software analyst role, where I started as a software analyst role, after working as a senior software analyst role, I thought that this is something feels pretty much a straight away thing, because you get your problem, you just solve it, you do code, and just wrap it up, and you don't know the how the impact it will create, right? What are the impact it is creating on the product
Yeah,
side, whose lives it is impacting, right? So I didn't know anything about that, and which I was always wondering that I should know more about these things. I should know more about these things. And we have a very vigorous time during the COVID, where we were all sitting at home and doing the work from home culture, right?
yeah,
And I keep thinking on the same problem, that how can I be more impactful towards the society, towards the people. And even I wanted to know if my work is creating any meaningful impact to the lives of the person whom I am working for, right? So I always wanted to desire for some business outcome, business related things. So I decided to explore more career opportunities around my so luckily I was working with Aon. So at Aon, I think I was basically looking out for opportunities where it can give me an exposure, where I can think from a business perspective, right? How the business takes place, what is the outcome, income, and all those things, right? What is the impact of the things that I'm building? So I think I started looking out for opportunities from their side. And then suddenly, my manager also told me that you can go there in the data analysis role, and keep looking out other things as well. So I started even exploring from different sources like YouTube, like product school. So I there was a webinar done by product school earlier during that time in 2020, and I joined that webinar, and I had met lot of fellow PMs who are trying to get into a PM role, and I didn't know anything about PM role. So I was just very curious. Okay, what is this? What is PM role? What is product management?
Yeah.
I heard something about project management, but I didn't know anything about product management. And I started wondering, what is this role? Does this talk about, right? So I started, checking out the role responsibilities, roles from different sources, from different places. I started connecting with people on LinkedIn, over LinkedIn. I started gathering their insights, gathering their data. What is it they are doing, right? So somehow I got to know that this is a role, this is a kind of role which is particularly I am looking for, because it is creating an impact. It is creating a, because here you are talking to your users, here you are solving their issues, right? Being in their shoes. So somehow it got me that this is the kind of role I want to be in. And I asked my managers that this is the kind of work I wanted to do, and they had also given me a lot of opportunities to learn what are the type of skills that I have to be there, like backlog grooming, prioritization, and which things to do first, which are things to schedule it for later. So all these things helped me a lot in terms of gaining my skills. And to that was my turning point. That was a decision that I think that this is the best decision of my life that I took. And after that, to have more insights around the product management career, to have more deep knowledge towards it, I joined a startup. And where else you can find a better place to learn from a very own company who is building their own product from 0 to 1, right? So
Yeah.
I joined their startup. So in that startup, I was directly collaborating with CEO. So CEO was the person who was guiding me through the product, how to build that, what are the things that I should consider, what are the things I should talk to user, what are the questions that I should ask. So all of those things will eventually nurture me to become a seasoned product manager. And I was very fortunate that he has helped me in growing my skills, growing my thinking arena, where I can put my own flavor into the whatever the things that we are building, right?
Yeah.
And it was very much helpful for overall career, in my advancement in my overall career. And then once I shipped that product, it was an instant hit. We received some around 10,000 users in just like 1 month of time when we launched it. So it was a huge success for us. And then after a few months of working there, I decided to part my ways to have even a bigger impact, because I was trying to make a bigger impact to more genuine roles. So I switched to another company where basically it was a basically kind of an news advertising company. And that was something, it's a very popular brand in India. And we wanted to launch one good product. Basically they wanted to have some good product launch, and I was basically the right person for them, because I had recently launched a product for that startup. So I was launching that website and app, and that was the best product, I would say, which was uh, related to advertisement, related to placing of the other things. And I also got to know how the merchandising, as well as and the various other aspects of marketing, finance, all these things work, right? Because we were launching a product at a global scale, at a larger scale than previous one. And if I talk about most successful feature of that product, I would say as a customer recommendation engine. So customer recommendation engine is something that, so suppose, Vincent, you are reading a news article, right? And in that news article you wanted to see related news article, right? And during 2021, it was very heavily, we were, because everyone was deep diving into ML operations, all these things, right? And we wanted to use machine learning as much as possible.
Yeah.
So so we wanted to go with the latest technologies. So we were also learning about machine learning and all those things. After that, AI came into the picture. So we use that machine learning into our concept, customer recommendation engine, and we started personalizing those experiences for our users. So eventually what happened is, in the first month we were clocking around 2 to 3 million users, But in the next upcoming months, we skyrocketed and we generated around 15 to 16 million view
Wow.
users. So, people were sharing, people were also, trying to read more and more articles. So that's kind of a, and the page views were also became 5 times higher from what we were getting from the first month, right? So this was really very enthusiastic, and this was very really very good time that I had with that feature.
No, it's fantastic. So over time, your impact to others has been increasing. So I mean, obviously you seem to be at the cutting edge of new technology, machine learning, like several years ago, and now you're an AI product manager. I mean, if you were starting your career again tomorrow, right, knowing what you know now with all the the things you learned and things the way things operate, the tech changes, what's the one thing you would do differently, or you would tell your younger self?
Okay. So I know, Vincent, the times have been changed. You already are seeing it from the tech side, right?
Yeah,
The times is now the AI time of the team. And AI, even AI is now getting older. Now it's the version of agentic AI. So the thing is, teams are still transforming from a traditional way of working to the normal, and now the new normal is basically the AI, how you use AI in your day-to-day activities. And we were also supposed to do that while doing these things, creating skills, creating agentic AI versions, right? And if I wanted to start my career tomorrow, I would basically learn all the things which basically right now currently we are learning for the agentic AI and all those things. But if I want to do anything tomorrow, I would take a one step extra on this. I will basically work on the workflows of AI. So whatever the right now we have, you might have heard a company around called Zapier. So Zapier is the largest
yeah,
workflow management company, and they are so well diverse. And I wanted to explore that case as well, because how we can improve the workflow, because all the things, if we I know AI is the latest technology, and we want to learn it, and we are learning it. But agentic AI workflows are the future of AI technology. So mainly, all these companies are heavily investing on AI workflows. Just like Google has Notebook LM, it's a
yeah.
workflow for learning, right? ChatGPT has Learn, and then Amazon it's on there. Create your new skills, create your uh, different type of connectors, all these things, MCP, all these things are there. So you have a lot of tremendous of things you need to learn. So I would be shaping myself toward the workflows that we have, that we want to solve problems. Yeah.
And why workflows is
Okay, why workflows? Because uh, right now we are already past around the AI version things, right? If you just do the prompting and getting the results, it's now we are getting into agentic version of things, right?
yeah,
We are going to where AI agents can ask you certain questions, book do your payments, order on your behalf, right? All these things can be happening in the future. We can see all these things happening in the future, and these all things required a separate workflows. So let's just say, if you want to order a pizza, right? So there should be a kind of a agentic AI workflow that has to be connecting with different apps, like we connect with different apps right now, which
yeah.
is to MCP. But AI workflow is a kind of an one extra advanced feature, you can say, where you have specific items, you have specific things for the AI to focus on. So which is why I think AI workflows, and every other startup, if you see, in the AI domain right now, it's opening on the basis of workflow itself. They are opening, they have the business case. So suppose if somebody wants to, just now we are interviewing, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody don't have a time and they want to have candidates for their interview, so AI can come up and take the interview on their behalf, and select those candidates. So that's a kind of a workflow that they have.
Yeah.
So these are the things right now industry is changing towards.
Yeah, I feel part of me is thinks that workflows are technology agnostic. So even if there's another version of technology coming in, then there's always some work to be done on the workflows, um,
Yes,
regardless, right? Just to make and I think that's actually probably the area where I feel one of the reasons why a lot of AI implementations are failing is because they just look at the technology but not actually looking at the workflow and how they can improve the workflow. Right.
exactly.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And maybe final question, Shivam. What does the next chapter of your career look like for you?
So next chapter of my career looks like that I wanted to be more seasoned product manager around AI itself. Basically, this has been become normal. Everybody wants to use AI. Everybody wants to be part of this. Have their hands dirty on this latest tech. And right now we are on our on in our company as well. They are trying very hard to educate more and more people by giving them the trainings, giving them the material skills set to evolve more and more into this area. And the way of working in our company culture is also getting changed from we have now a spec driven approach where you need to perform what take you months to build, now it should be in days to be you should roll out in days. So now the main focus I would be having is to learn as much as possible about this. And then in the next chapter I could say that I also wanted to look out if there will be any kind of workflow that I can really solve for, and for people where the problem occurs in India, outside India, where we see there are challenges where we can solve with the help of AI. So I would like to explore that area too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you much, Shivam. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you? On LinkedIn, is
I
it?
Yes. I have my LinkedIn. You can drop you can drop my LinkedIn profile. They can connect me over LinkedIn.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Shivam, thanks so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. As a reminder to everyone listening, this show is sponsored by the Consulting Launch Method, where I helped experienced tech professionals build their own consulting business without spending years figuring it out, figuring out a business side. We've helped clients go from first idea to first clients in 90 days and into six figures within a year. So learn more, connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. Until the next episode. Thanks, Shivam.
Thank you, Vincent.